Hi guys, this is Laurel from Rushford Meadery and Winery, and we are in the beautiful production area of Rushford Meadery and Winery. And today I am preparing for you a really easy, yummy dessert. We call it no-bake cheesecake, and it is old. I mean, my mom used to make it for me when I was a kid, and it is a tough recipe to find. Simple, easy to do at home. Let's break it down. So the first thing we're going to do is make the graham cracker crust. And what that entails is 6 tablespoons of butter. You can use margarine if you want. I like to use butter because it just makes the crust richer. And then we get 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs, and 1/3 cup sugar. And we are going to mix this all up with a fork, kind of like how you would a pie crust, you know. So let's do that. So I use the butter. A lot of recipes will call for the butter to be melted. I don't really think that is the greatest way to mix this crust. I think that the butter actually should be soft. Like really soft but not melted. You can play with it and see how you like it, but it is a really easy crust to make. I used to have problems making this crust because it would never hold together in the pan. But when you use enough butter, you won't have that problem. And when you mix it like you would a pie crust so that it gets really grainy and nice, then it becomes a really simple thing. This is no bake, so you're not going to put this in the oven at all, which is so fabulous. And it really does take a little bit of time. So while we're mixing this up, I wanted to point out that we are actually pairing this with our Rushford La Brianna, which was made from our La Brianna grapes from last year's harvest. And I would also like to point out that this is actually Brianna and the Crescent, sorry. And this is our Siren Song, which is actually a sweet mead. They will both be excellent with this. It just depends what flavor profile you like, more of a honey character or more of a light character. Okay, so you can buy both of those online and have it with this recipe. So now what we're going to do is we're going to dump this in a 8-inch square pan, okay? And then you're going to take your hands and you're going to pound it in there and get it really nice and firm, okay? So it's kind of like it's not really like a dough, but you can make it pretty solid. Okay, so that's about ready. I'm going to need something to. Anyway, so there we go. Let me grab a paper towel. Hang on. So anyway, next what we're going to do is make the filling, which is the cheesecake part. And for that, what we have is 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese, whatever kind you like. We have 1 cup of sugar, so we're going to throw that in there. And we have about a teaspoon of vanilla. We're going to throw that in there. And we're going to get our handy dandy mixer, and we're going to mix this until it's smooth. The cream cheese needs to be softened, obviously. And I pretty much thought this was, but it's kind of like looking a little bit stiff, but it'll be fine. You do that until it's smooth. And it makes a really nice texture when it's all said and done. Now the thing about this is, I've done so many different things with this recipe. Instead of using a fruit topping, like right now we're doing a blueberry topping, but instead of using any topping, I've actually used the juice of key limes, and I've made a key lime cheesecake. You can use lemons, and you can make a lemon cheesecake. You can put the topping if you want on it, or you don't have to. That's what's so great about this recipe. It's so darn versatile. So, and the graham cracker crust is also versatile too. I use regular graham crackers in my crust, but you know, there's variations of a graham cracker crust. You can use vanilla wafers, you can use chocolate graham crackers. You know, it's all up to you. So there we have it. It is very smooth and really soft at this point. So what we're going to do now is we're going to fold in 8 ounces of whipped topping. So let's do that. There we go. We're just going to fold that in until it gets really creamy. And then we're going to put it in our pan. There is just a myriad of things that you can do with this, but this is the basic recipe, and you can spruce it up however you like. This used to be my favorite when I was a kid. This and Jell-O pudding. Anyway, so we're just about ready. I think I need a drink. Sorry.
Julia?
Thank you. And then, now that we've got pretty much this whole thing folded in nice, we're going to put it in on our crust. Taking our pan, and we're just gonna put it in here. We're gonna kind of smooth it over. Smooth it around. Try to make sure, this is where it's important, to make sure that your graham cracker crust is pretty stable, because you don't want to, you don't want it all mixed in with the, and we're going to go ahead and just kind of scrape that off. Put that in there, and then we're going to kind of smooth this out. You know, this is just one of those easy things for taking to somebody's house when we can, or you need a dish to pass for something really quick, or you're having somebody over for dinner, date night, you know, whatever. This is really, really good. All right, so we got that smoothed out. So the next thing we're going to do is put in our topping. So now this is blueberry topping. I got the canned kind, but I have made my own. I've used strawberries, raspberries, whatever kind of topping you want to make it yourself, fine. You don't have time to make it, you pick up a can of thank you and say thank you. This is probably that time. So I'm going to throw this in here. This is a blueberry, obviously, but you can do any kind of filling that you think is good. I've never tried apple. I don't think that it would be very good, but hey, that's just me. Everybody's taste is different. So now we're going to smooth this around, and we're going to get it all on there, and then we're going to put this in the refrigerator for 2 hours and let it set, and bring it out and serve it. And that is the beauty of this dessert. Thank you very much. I hope you try it. I hope you buy this to go with it, because it will be really good. Cheers.